Welcome back. The U.S. and China have dialed back their mutually extreme tariffs and called an apparent 90-day truce in the trade war to make room for more talks on resolving disputes. We got perspective on it earlier today with Drew Fagan, a professor at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy. I began by talking about whether this is the beginning of the end of trade tensions, or if that view is too optimistic.
Somewhere in between, I think, Paul. I think the markets are being a little optimistic, as they've been a little pessimistic in the past with regard to what's going on and the progress towards getting out of this morass, if you like, created by the White House. It's a 90-day pause. When they will continue to talk. There's a significant reduction in tariffs, but it is politically touchy into the future. There's no question that there's political tension between the two countries. President Xi considers himself a negotiator or leading a country that's the equal to the United States. They're not going to back down from having some sort of equal agreement in the end. It may be that President Trump accepts something less than what he was seeking in the first place. For example, he was looking for something in the line of managed trade to guarantee some sort of reduction in the trade surplus that China has. On this path, he won't get that, but he will recalibrate to some certain extent. So we'll see where things go.
Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, says it's unthinkable that U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods will sink below 10%. How should we interpret that?
Well, these are still significant tariffs in the history of kind of many decades. And China still has a tariff, after all, on U.S. goods. So they're still talking, for further negotiations. It's worth noting that China was always expecting something like this. During recent years, they have rotated to some extent away from their dependence on exports to the United States. You can see that their exports to the United States have gone down significantly in the last couple of months, gone up to other countries in Asia. So they are trying to protect themselves, as is the United States, both economically and politically. This is a good step. It's a significant step, but it's far from the end of the road.
Does China's relationship with Russia play into this story? Xi Jinping very publicly made a visit to Moscow quite recently.
Yeah, so what's different from, say, 20 or 25 years ago, or even a decade ago, is the entanglement, if you like, of geopolitics, geoeconomics, and technology in particular. They come together. For example, one of the steps that China took was to further reduce or cut to zero critical mineral exports to the United States and to the West more broadly, particularly the United States. That's fundamental. It's also potentially an opportunity for Canada because we're rich in critical minerals, and we have been talking about increasing our exports to the United States. So the three are entangled to a great extent. I'm not sure that the economics between Russia and China are significant, but the geopolitics are absolutely, and plays into the White House's considerations.
Do you expect the U.S. administration, the Trump administration, to face domestic pressure from U.S. consumers on higher prices for things like consumer electronics? I mean, the tariff is, even after the huge reduction, is still set at, I believe, about 35%. That is going to make a lot of electronics products more expensive.
Absolutely. And, there's been sensitivity at the White House with regard to the transparency of that as the tariffs start to work their way through the supply chain and into stores in the United States. And you've seen calculations on what the likely difference would be with regard to all sorts of electronics and other products. Great sensitivity at the White House for those companies which said that they would put something on the final cost of products, noting how much of the increase was due to tariffs. And the White House responded that was, quite unfair. And in effect, that had hadn't happened under previous administrations that suffered high inflation like the Biden administration. So there is great sensitivity. Donald Trump himself has talked about the public being patient, that this was something of a medium-term policy initiative to bring manufacturing back to the United States and raise funds for domestic programs. But the American population isn't any more patient than consumers in other parts of the West. So it's tricky for the White House.
Are there signs of optimism here or reasons for optimism with respect to our trading relationship with the United States? Does this thawing, does this easing perhaps portend a similar path here in Canada?
It's possible. It's extraordinary that we are caught up in this, although we have been protected to some extent by the new NAFTA, by CUSMA. We're one of the very few countries in the world with a significant free trade agreement with the United States, Mexico being another. We've got lots of free trade agreements. The United States, not so much. They're not as trade dependent as we are. It's not so as important to them as it is to us. But anything that takes down the tension should be helpful to us. But at the same time, it's important to note that, there's pressure for North America to come together vis-a-vis China. So it gets complicated, as I was saying earlier on, with regard to critical minerals. To what extent are the tensions between Canada and the United States going to be reduced? To what extent are we going to become some sort of North American powerhouse or protected market in which we act together versus China? That's going to be tricky as well for the Carney administration to calibrate.
Let's finish with what Canadians should be watching for over the next, let's say, 6 months on the Canada-U.S. file.
Yeah, so obviously we've got a cabinet tomorrow. There'll be some continuity, some change. The fundamental aspect of the negotiation is the degree to which it's done in a one-off basis, like you're seeing with regard to the United States, China, but not on the same global scale, more on a regional scale, and to what extent it gets kicked over to the review of CUSMA, the USMCA, that is called for under the original agreement in 2026. And to what extent other negotiations come to the fore. Are defense and economic negotiations, trading negotiations tied together in some way? It may not be a good idea, but it may take place. Again, something that we wouldn't have thought about necessarily 20 years ago. To what extent are critical minerals going to be part of that negotiation? They're kind of like oil in the 1980s, a fundamental Canadian opportunity with the United States that drove the free trade agreement. Gets tied up together. It's going to be really interesting to see to what extent they do get tied together or to what extent they get negotiated separately and to what extent we're able to negotiate these given some of the bad blood that's occurred over recent months.
That was Drew Fagan, professor at the Munk School of Global Affairs and Public Policy.